Hey guys, good afternoon. It's Michael Wynn, Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. Hope you guys had a safe and fun 4th of July. And today I wanted to share with you 4 tips on why it's important to keep your WordPress website safe and secure. As a matter of fact, we were recently approached by a new client that had their web hosting at Bluehost, and a couple weeks ago, their site was compromised, and Bluehost actually disabled their hosting account, which meant their website went down and was not visible. So for the last 4, 5, 6 days, their website's been down, which means no one can get directions, no one can get their phone number, request information for appointments. So it really made a huge impact on this small business owner. So when they reached out to us, they kind of said what had happened. And one of the companies that we've worked with before for other websites that may have been compromised, we've been very fortunate at Digital Ops, knock on wood, that we haven't had a client site compromised. And that's, I think, due to the fact that we take WordPress security very seriously. And, the fact of the matter is WordPress powers over 30% of all websites on the internet today, which is the largest market share of any content management system that's out there, whether it's Drupal, Magento, Wix, Weebly, you name it. They pale in comparison. I think the next one has like 11% market share. So because it powers that, such a huge market share of websites that are out there, it's got a huge target on its back. But there's a lot of people that have said, well, it's too risky. And I would argue that any website is risky. I mean, if a hacker really wants to get in and really has the tools, the best thing you can do is take the correct steps, and we'll talk about 4 great steps in a minute. But man, just think about the brands that trust their content to be available to their digital community and website visitors. We're talking about brands like Sony, the Star Wars brand itself, PlayStation, the New York Times, and even musicians like the Rolling Stones, Katy Perry, Beyonce, Snoop Dogg, and then entertainment channels like AMC's The Walking Dead. So I mean, you've got huge, Fortune 500 companies. You've got award-winning musicians that trust their brand and their content on the WordPress platform. And what's really neat, I think, about the fact that WordPress can be used by those big brands, but it can also be used by a small business that walks dogs, for instance. Maybe you're a dog sitter company and you've got your website on WordPress, or up to Sony, that's a world-renowned technology and entertainment company. So today I want to talk about 4 things that you can do to keep your WordPress website safe and secure. Number 1 is to use long passwords that you can't remember. I can't tell you how many times, over the last, I want to say the first WordPress website that I built was in 2006. My good friend Brian McDaniel said, because I was messing around with Blogger, and he was like, man, you got to check out WordPress. It's amazing. And so thanks, Brian, for helping me launch my career. And so, when I first built my first blog, back then, it was pretty rudimentary. But ever since then, I think after every website, I want to say since 2006, I think I've built maybe about 100 WordPress websites. And the very first thing I do when I talk to new clients and provide them and set them up with access to be able to edit their own website is to create a password that is, at least 12 characters, that uses capital letters and lowercase letters and uses symbols, like exclamation point or ampersand or even just, the bracket sign. I really try to create something that, the hackers are not going to have, as easy a time, because we want to try to avoid common things like password 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's actually a list of commonly used passwords on the internet. So you want to use something that you don't remember, that you literally have to go and copy and paste every time, or use a program like WordPress or 1Pass to remember your password. If you're that lazy. But whatever you do, make it safe, make it secure. And thanks, Rob. I love that. That's a great password. And then the next thing is we activate a security program that monitors all the website or all the updates for WordPress and for the plugins. And it's called Wordfence. It's completely free. It's used by over 1 million WordPress websites, and they're actually a group of incredible data forensic specialists that when a website is compromised, they go in and analyze tens of thousands of lines of code, remove it, quarantine it, clean it, and make sure it's ready to go. So Wordfence is a great tool to have, and I recommend it 100% on all of our websites that we maintain. I think thirdly, the other thing that is probably the greatest liability or vulnerability for a website is not updating the plugins or the themes for WordPress. And it's literally as simple as logging in. There's usually a circle that says update with a number in it. You click on it, you go to that section, and underneath the plugin, maybe it's called Wordfence or BuddyPress or whatever, and it says update now. You click on it, it updates it, it gets the most recent update code, and that's the way you keep it safe and secure. The problem is, when are you going to do that in the middle of the day when you got 17 other plates spinning in the air? It's hard to remember that. So I think that's the one thing, people are like, oh, you guys charge $330 a year for hosting. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's actually pretty affordable, and we're going to monitor your website. We're going to update all your plugins and themes. We keep an eye on it 24/7. And yeah, you can go to GoDaddy and spend $80 and get your hosting, but guess what? Nobody's updating it. And that's exactly what happened to, the small business that I had. They went to Bluehost, they paid $3 a month for hosting, but guess what? They never updated their plugins or their themes. And so WordPress is not a set it and forget it. It's you got to nurture it. You got to check in on it. You got to make sure things are up and ready. And number 4, just in case things do go wrong, create a backup system. And so what we do for all of our clients on our servers is we create backups every night, and we store those in a separate offsite, off-server location with Amazon 3. So we've got a backup in a redundant location that's off of the server in case something catastrophic should happen, because you just need to try to plan for those. So again, yeah, it's funny, everyone, I keep getting these emails today, and everyone, I hope you had a safe and fun 4th of July. And so I thought, well, hey, why don't we talk about keep it safe, keep it secure for WordPress. So again, number 1, keep long passwords. Number 2, install Wordfence. Number 3, keep your updates done. And number 4, create a backup. I'm also going to put my good friends at codenwp.com have a great list of 20 more tips you can do that are a little bit more in depth. So I'm going to have those on the blog, so you can always visit rboa.com/blog to see more of these videos and take a look at that link. Thank you, guys. Hope you have a great Thursday, and hope you have a great rest of the week. My name is Michael Wynn. I'm the Chief Digital Officer at Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.